Are RVs actually an environmentally friendly way to travel? Driverless shuttles are headed to national parks. An RV propane explosion sends a dog through a windshield and a woman to the burn unit. An RV dealer is accused of falsifying loan documents. And could overnight parking be banned in Texas? It's time for the latest in RV and camping news. I'm Jason Epperson. This is RV Miles. Here we talk about the latest in RV and camping news. And if that's something that you're into, click that subscribe button and you'll get more videos like this one. We're going to kick off today, where we often do, with the boom in RV camping. KOA, Kampgrounds of America, the largest campground chain in the country, has released its North American Camping Report, which is probably the most thorough and reliable study on camping released each year. No surprise, there are millions of new campers. 60% of first-time campers in 2020 were from non-white groups, pushing camping diversity virtually even with census population statistics. 63% of new camping families intend to keep camping, and millennials are now the largest segment of the camping population at 37%. Does a battle over homeless camping in public places in Texas have RVers and truck drivers caught in the crosshairs? Well, two nearly identical bills have been introduced in the Texas House and Senate, respectively, that would ban camping in public places. The bill is intended at ending homeless encampments, particularly in Austin, Texas, but the very broad language the bill is written with indicates that camping would be prohibited in any public place in the state, unless the authorities approve it. That has a lot of campers questioning whether overnight parking would be included. According to the Texas Penal Code, a public place is defined as any place to which the public has access and includes streets, highways, and common areas of schools, hospitals, apartment houses, office buildings, transport facilities, and shops, which would seem to include Walmarts, Cracker Barrels, rest areas, and truck stops. It's possible that the authority at some of those private businesses would be the owner, but it isn't clear. The bill has left committee in the House and will head to a vote. It's still under consideration in a Texas Senate subcommittee. Municipalities and activist groups have been battling nationwide over public camping bans, which proponents say would clean up the streets and improve health and safety conditions. Detractors say that this type of law only imposes fines on people that won't likely go anywhere anyway, criminalizing homelessness. Similar bills have been ruled unconstitutional in some instances, and Texas is the first place to consider statewide legislation. This video is sponsored by Togo RV Plus, which is a great membership program that offers app-based RV navigation, recall alerts, RV education, and more. And Togo has some news of their own this week, a new tire savings program. You can get up to 45% off tires from brands like BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, Firestone, Michelin, Uniroyal. The program isn't just a discount either. Within the app, you can find deals near you. Togo says their tire discount program offers a wider selection of tire brands and better prices than any other RV membership, and more tire brands are going to be added soon. Download the Togo RV app for free and get premium benefits with a Togo RV Plus membership for $39.99 a year. You can get $10 off with the code RVMiles10X. You can also find a link to Togo RV Plus in the video description below. 50% of all AIRSTREAM trailers sold last year went to first-time RVers. And now the Silver Bullet trailer manufacturer is utilizing its pandemic-driven boost to change the way trailers are sold. In addition to AIRSTREAM-only dealerships we've reported on in the past, AIRSTREAM is now offering its own financing, just like Ford or Chrysler. AIRSTREAM Financial, a partnership with Bank of America, will help RVers consider the loan at the beginning of the buying process instead of the end, as most RV transactions go. AIRSTREAM has been facing the same issues most RV manufacturers have been facing in the past year, however, with supply chain and labor issues building a backlog of orders. CEO Bob Wheeler told Chief Executive Magazine that the typical order window for AIRSTREAMs is about 12 weeks. Right now, a new AIRSTREAM order will take a year to get delivered. A woman in her 70s was airlifted to a burn center after a propane explosion in her RV that blew one of her two dogs through the front windshield last weekend. Paramedics treated the woman for face and neck burns, and she remains in critical condition. She'll likely spend the next several months in the burn unit. The dogs sustained only minor burns. A local Salt Lake City newscast released Wednesday shares an investigation of an allegation by a woman that a General RV dealership submitted doctored paperwork to her loan company. Lisa Pueblo told the local Fox affiliate that the purchase price for her Thor motor coach in 2015 was nearly $100,000, and she expected to pay around $156,000 over the course of a 20-year loan. But the paperwork, the report states, had been cleaned up to reduce the length of the loan term to 10 years with a $63,000 balloon payment at the end. The report shows Pueblo's copy of the sales contract, which lists 240 monthly payments in numerous locations, except for where it counts. One of the 50 pages shows 119 payments, along with the one balloon payment. The 119 appears to be typed over the number 240, and all the other math in the contract appears to be based on the 20-year loan, according to the report. Pueblo says that General RV initially would not discuss the matter with her, but since the news station's investigation began, they've offered her the opportunity to refinance her loan at a higher rate with a new down payment. General RV operates over a dozen dealerships in 6 states. National park transportation could look quite different in the coming years if a new pilot project proves successful. This spring, 2 National Park Service sites will be testing driverless shuttle buses. Fittingly, the Connected Autonomous Shuttle Supporting Innovation, or CASI, was launched at the Wright Brothers National Memorial in Kill Devil Hills, the site of the world's first powered flight. CASI will help officials learn more about how driverless vehicles can be safely and effectively used in the future. 1 unit will run at Wright Brothers and 2 will run a small route in Yellowstone's Canyon Village area for 3 months. All 3 shuttles will have a trained customer service operator along for the ride during the test to ensure the safety of the passengers and wildlife. Rides are free and the vehicles operate at speeds between 8 and 12 miles per hour. Forest River Incorporated, which produces over 40 different RV brands, has launched its new merch portal, shopforestriver.com, where customers can find t-shirts, hats, jackets, camp gear, and more that can be made to order with the logo of any Forest River RV brand. So if you really love your R-Pod or your Cedar Creek, you can now get all kinds of gear made to go right with it. To celebrate the launch, the website is featuring a 10% off promotion ending May 3rd. Finally, RVs have often been portrayed as smog-spewing threats to the environment, but several European studies, including a new German study, tell a different story. After analyzing the greenhouse gas emissions of various different forms of vacations, researchers found fewer climate-damaging emissions than air travel and hotel accommodations. RVing, or caravanning as it's called in Europe, has a comparatively good climate balance. The studies took into consideration energy requirements for the production, operation, maintenance, and disposal of RVs, and found that RV ownership puts off less CO2 than a car plus hotel trip, less than an airplane plus hotel trip, and only slightly more than train travel. Motorhomes and trucks pulling trailers certainly emit more greenhouse gases than most vehicles, but that's balanced by the lack of need for hotels, which put out their own CO2, as much as 10 times as a stay at a campsite. Our thanks to RVbusiness.com for pointing us towards that story. That's it for this week's News Roundup. If you got some valuable information out of this episode, consider sharing it on your social media. Make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button so you get notified every time we put a new one out. Sound off on this week's stories, leave a comment below. Here are some from last week's News Roundup. Hands-free driving is just crazy, in my opinion. Thanks for the nice job on the information. Maquoketa Cave State Park in Iowa has been one of our favorites. Iowa definitely surprised us on that one. I grew up around Maquoketa Caves. It's an awesome place. Jason, you would be perfect as the permanent host of Jeopardy! I'm rooting for LeVar Burton myself. Could you mention the location where you shoot your videos? Some of them are places I would like to sit for an hour or two. Thank you. Enjoy your news videos. You know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It kind of just depends on where we are. This last few weeks, we've been in the great state of North Carolina, around the Asheville area and around the Blue Ridge Parkway. For the first time ever on another YouTuber's video, I had to slow down the playback speed because she was talking so fast, it was making me anxious. I didn't realize it was just for that video. I started watching this video and was thinking, what's wrong with Jason? Has he been drinking? Maybe he's on medication. Nope, the playback speed setting pertains to all videos. does. Yes, it does. We've got lots of comments of, why are you guys talking so fast? It's the playback speed. Thank you for your info. You can't get parts for your RVs either. I need a toilet seat, Dometic 301, and Gander or Camping World can't get one. Been waiting for a year for a 2-year-old camper. Where can I buy that Chinook and how much? You can go to their website. They're taking pre-orders. It's pushing $200,000. We'll see you on the next video.